Okay, we're going to take a quick look at the front garden here. So we have our Thai hots, short ones, still doing great. This lovely marigold getting very huge. We pulled out those watermelons. We left these two in here just because they were still alive, and there is exactly one little watermelon forming right there. So we'll see if it's actually going to make it or not. I'm not sure, some of those vines don't look too good, but we'll see. Pumpkins are doing great. The vines are starting to get, we've had a bunch of rain in the last week, and we're going to have a bunch more this upcoming week, so, and the temperatures have changed, so it means that the leaves are getting wetter, and it's not drying very quick as it does when it's really nice and hot. So I'm starting to get a lot of mildew and stuff on them, so we'll see how they stand up with that. But we have, you can see real easy now, 4 of the orange ones there. We have 2 green ones up there, and I think a couple more forming over there. So that one's looking really good. Our 2 butternuts, looks like we're only going to have 2, but they're forming up there. One of them's a good size, one of them is basically baby, but that's kind of okay, I guess. And then here we just have 2 orange pumpkins and then 1 green one right there. And I think there's another green one forming up there, but they're also starting to get, the older leaves are getting the mildew. The new ones haven't quite got it yet, but the older ones are bigger and just more susceptible to that type thing, which happens generally as we start to transition into fall. So anyway, and then our Thai hot long ones are doing good, still nice big clusters. And then this nasturtium is doing incredible. It's so huge. Has totally grown out, fabulous. The other one has a bunch of problems. It looks like it's kind of all wilty and stuff, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't know. Anyway, it's beautiful and they're real pretty. Hummingbirds come over here to get the nectar and stuff. It's great. And then mixed in the middle here is our Thai hot dragon peppers, which excuse me, bug flew in my mouth. Doing really well. They very, very, very productive. I need to get in here and harvest all the stuff. You can see even more there with the sun's coming out a little more, the speckles and stuff from the mildew type stuff. And then this is our marigold. This one looks like it's starting to kind of have a lot of, well, it's actually put out a lot of flowers this year. Starting to look a little less lustrous, but it doesn't look like it has a whole lot of green compared to the one over there. But anyway, they're doing good. Hopefully provided some bug repellent and definitely added some color and beauty here. So for our little mini jacks, mini pumpkins, we got 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are orange, and then another 5 or 6 that are this pale color. So these ones are getting pretty close to being harvested. We haven't harvested this first year growing them, so I'm not sure exactly when they're supposed to be ready, but just like a regular pumpkin, when the rind gets hard. So we'll kind of leave those in there for a while, a little bit longer, but pretty happy with the yield on those. And then with our 2 gourds here, we have our very nice size, which is funny that this one was, I believe this one was newer than that one. That one looks like it's done growing. This one's continuing to grow. It's much newer but bigger. It's kind of weird how it works. But the birdhouse gourd looks like we're going to have 2 good sized ones and a 3rd one there. And then our little small spoon gourd, they call it, right here. We have a bunch of those. And that one's also gotten a lot of mildew and stuff. So they'll be dying off soon. But basically with those gourds, I did look it up again today. Basically, you just leave them in the ground until the frost happens, and then you collect the gourds and let them dry out, and then you can use those. So anyway, that is the front garden. Our sunflowers are doing super fantastic as well. Lots and lots of heads on these little seeds, pretty heavy, starting to droop down, and some of them are drying out and stuff, but really happy with all that. now let's take a look at the south garden here. So we've got our cucumbers, still super productive. We're starting to get some of that mold stuff, mildew on the leaves here, just because it's such lush vegetation that with all the rain and cooler temperatures it's going to be an issue, but we haven't had any aphid issues like we did last year, so we're doing good. We got a bunch more, basically each week pretty much I pick 2-3 gallons of cucumbers, and I need to pick them in again. You can see that there are several there, so really good, great production. Once again, just 4 plants of the Boston pickling cucumber, so very productive and very good. Still need to, for next year, basically train those up a little better so that there's not as much junk going on the bottom, a little easier to see in there and whatnot. So excited about that, but still a bunch more cucumbers. And then with our peppers, we have tons of those. I haven't harvested since last week. We were out of town, so didn't get a chance to do that. And I'm going to have a ton to harvest today. So we've got some of these. You can see the colors here. So this is the Hungarian hot wax, and this is the waxy yellow color. But if you leave them on here long enough, like we have, they'll turn, orange and reddish. And there. So here's our black Hungarian, right next to it. Also beautiful. All the peppers are doing very, very, very well. Here's our jalapenos. The Santa Fe is super productive here. Also, they start off like a waxy color, go red, orange, somewhere in there. The yellow jalapeno does the same. The big jalapeno does the same. They're doing very well. Get the nice jalapenos. Our Holy Mole ones are really starting to take off now and put out lots of peppers. Here's like 3 good sized ones, and there's a couple more in there and there and there and there. And super duper productive, and definitely way taller than I planned for. So they're probably the top, almost 5.5 feet up here. So just a huge, huge yield there. Definitely going to have to, like I'm sure I've said before, but do something different and more planned with supporting these peppers next year. The Gong Bao have been incredibly productive. Tons and tons and tons of these green turning red peppers, and you can see they're just drying up right here on the vine, so they're very thin-walled. Tabasco there, got a ton more of those. Tons of everything. Things are so heavy. These are, this plant here is actually supposed to be over there. Man, I really have to get in here and harvest all these, but just super productive, and it's a fantastic time for the peppers. The late, I guess we're in middle of September now, so late summer, early fall, but they're still doing fantastic, and they will keep producing all the way up until it freezes. So tons of everything. Just need to get in here. There's a nice big poblano there, some serrano, just tons of stuff, and I'm gonna have to spend lots of time today harvesting all this up. But anyway, this is the south garden. Thanks.